creatives, welcome to my channel and the 12 designs of Christmas. It is back, we are back, and this is design number 3. I'm doing 12 designs across the last 12 decades leading up to Christmas. It's all Christmas themed, so you're getting a lot more videos this month. So if you guys like these design history style videos, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I know a lot of you who have come across my channel are not subscribed, but go ahead and subscribe. I'm really trying to reach a new goal. We hit 500 subscribers very recently. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. And today we're going to dive into Illustrator on the iPad, and we're going to dive into the 1930s. Just came off of the 1920s where it was all glitz, all glam, all the diamonds, all the harsh lines, and we're going to dive more into Cubism, which is a little bit more flat illustration, more of like that harsh line feeling without all the decadence from the 20s. So it's a little bit more simple, it's a little bit more emotion and thought-provoking type of stuff, and we're gonna make a cute Christmas scene with Santa. So let's dive in. We have our artboard here. I have a very simple poster artboard, which is of legal size. So I'm going to add a few layers. I've been doing this in every single video that I've been doing. I'm going to add a few layers. I'm going to do a background. Oh, I did not even label this. My goodness. Special delivery. 1930. There we go. If you don't know how to rename your artboards and your pieces on the iPad version of Illustrator, you go up to the settings icon, and then there's usually a name right above your units, and you can change it right in there. So that is how you do it. So special delivery 1930. That's basically Santa going to be delivering all the presents. So we are going to continue our theme here with navy. I do not like how the swatches panel resets every time you use a new document. I wish that they would allow you to connect your own. Oh, they do. Well, my goodness, that's a nice discovery. I did not realize that they allowed you to connect your own libraries to this. Well then, I'm gonna do that from now on. All right, let's go back to our swatches. I'm gonna choose like this royal blue and, oh, royal blue, thank you. And then I'm gonna make it a little bit deeper, a little bit darker. Take the stroke off, choose our shape tool, and I'm going to make a nice background here of the night sky. Just wait for my camera to adjust itself. There we go. All right, so we have a nice navy blue sky here in the background. That's layer 1. I'm just going to lock layer 1 because I don't want to select it. For layer 2, we're gonna make Santa in his sleigh flying across the sky with all the presents shooting down is kind of what I'm trying to do here. So let's make Santa's sleigh. His sleigh is going to be bright red because, you know, he is Santa. Since it's all cubism, it's going to be a long cube. And Santa's going to be sitting here, and then we have his sack that he carries all the presents in. There's going to be a dark green. Well then, I'm not sure how to actually put it into the library. If any of you know how to add swatches to your own personal library, please leave it in the comments down below because I cannot seem to figure it out. In the 1930s illustration, there wasn't too much illustration going on, but of the illustration that was there, it was very flat. So nothing too fancy, nothing too ornate, very flat, kind of like pasted on top of each other, if you will. So with this one, I'm going to combine these two shapes, combine all, convert to a path, there we go. Duplicate that, choose a gold, let's choose a gold. And then for this, we're going to add a gradient, which would be oh so nice. So we're going to add our swatches while we have them. To make it look a little bit more shiny, a little bit more special. And then we have Santa that we're going to make here as well. But let's first do like the little sled things that his sleigh runs on. Alright, so now that we have his sleigh, let's just name this sleigh. I'm going to go to layer 3, we're going to name it Santa. And we're going to do a very, very simplistic Santa. It's going to be bright red. And do a nice round Santa. Okay, I'll give him some eyes. He's going to be kind of like laughing all the way, if you will. Duplicating. He's happy. I'm going to group those together. I'm going to duplicate them and bring them down here for his suit. I also forgot his boots and his arms, so let's do that. I'm going to group that together because it's one piece. There we go. Let's make it look like he's actually commanding the reins here. There we go. Santa. Pretty much. Pretty much it's Santa. Of course, they always have this line for his coat. There's Santa driving his sleigh with the stuff in the back. And now we're going to have some stars in the background because they're going to be back there. I love that Illustrator has the star tool already set up in the program, which is really, really nice. That way you don't have to like fight with making stars. So it looks like there is some texture here. There we go. So there is another way, like without doing gradients, because this area is supposed to be very flat. I know I did gradients here, but I can take it off. The other way you can go about doing this is to have different lines of color right up next to each other, which are actual lines in this era of illustration. However, in other eras of illustration, you would implied lines. But for this one, it's okay to have actual line, one right next to the other. There we go. So instead of his sled having this beautiful gradient, which I really don't want to get rid of, I'm going to have, I'm going to have the whole thing this goldy color, and then I'm going to put some accents on it so that way it looks like a shiny gold sled. There you have it. And then we can do the same thing on Santa as well. Like we can make like dark red shapes like under his hat and such like that. Dark red for his hat. And you can put as much like shadow and light. You can do all of those details. I'm going to combine these. I like to use the combine. However, you can use the shape builder tool. Let me show you. If you choose the shape builder selection under combine shapes, just draw over it. It combines the shapes for you. You don't have to do a two-step process. So very, very simple. Figured I'd show you guys that. I could go in here and ungroup this, choose his arm, duplicate it, make it that dark, dark red. Choose his arm, duplicate it again. I'm just going to make it any other color so I can see what I'm doing. And then select both shapes, shape build, and then to take something away from the shape builder instead of adding, hold down the touch selector, draw it out. Just like so. And you have your shadow. Look at that. Very, very simple. Very, very easy. Just like a three-step process, really. And do the same thing for his body. There we go. Look at that. Now he has some shadow to him. I'm going to select all of these little guys here. I'm going to duplicate it. And this one's very easy. I don't have to do much of anything. Just change the color. And then, whoops. And then select the stacking order icon from the quick selection menu and just move it down in the stacking order. There we go. And he has a shadow. Santa. Alright, let's move on to the presents. New layer. Presents. Okay. And this is very, very easy. We're just going to create one present and we're going to duplicate it and change all of the colors. And that is how it's going to work. So, constrain square. And then we're going to select the gold color. We're going to make a ribbon. Now I'm not going to do a bow, only because bows are quite tricky to make cubist wise. So I think I'm just going to skip the bow, and it's going to just be presents like such. You can always duplicate the shape and add the lighter colors. Duplicating shapes is probably going to be your best friend with this, because there's usually with flat illustration you want to have it to where it is very simplistic but has enough in it to where it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. So you want it simplistic, but you also want it to be, why is that still selected? But you also want it to have some detail in it so you can differentiate shapes and such like that, because all you have is a flat shape. And if you don't differentiate the shapes, then it's going to be quite tricky to see what shape starts where, what's going where, and such like that. Alright, so we have one present here, and his presents are just going to be falling out. So I'm going to select that, I'm going to group it for now, and we're going to put them literally everywhere. So I'm going to duplicate that one, have it go in different areas. We're going to have it in different sizes. Now the one thing to keep in mind for perspective is to make sure that any items that are closer to you visually, like coming towards you, are much larger than the ones that are supposed to be far, far away. So I'm just making sure that all this is done correctly, perspective-wise. Whoops. Alright, and then let's go through and change all the color of these presents. We'll make some of these green. I really like this one. Let's ungroup it real quick. Zoom in. Make this a nice green color. We can do chartreuse green. Whoa, that's bright green. Wow. Now, also in this era, there were lots of bright colors. And there were also lots of dark, deep colors. So a lot of the coloring is going to be different across these. You can do a white. That would be cute. White with a red ribbon. What do you guys think? White with a red ribbon? I think that'd be really cute. So now it looks like it's like coming out from him. Let's see. Santa seems to be hitting the top of this screen, and we don't want that. So let's move him down a little bit, so that way his head's not cut off. We don't want Santa's head cut off. Like that would be a really bad day. Okay. I'm just adding colors to some more shading and lighting to his sack here. There we go. I could even make it look like this got opened up somehow. So now it looks like they came out of the bag, kind of. There we go. Let's change some of... I don't think I really like this color. Let's mute that down, shall we? There we go. All right, now let's do the different colors of the ribbons. What do you guys think? I think this came out really good. Now, I'm noticing there's one thing I didn't do, and that is add some kind of topography here. Now, I don't have to add topography to everything, but because this is like an era piece, like a decades piece, I want to add a bit of topography just so you can see what the topography was like during this time period. Now, mind you, it is a bit more cubist and geometric, which is coming off of Futurism and off of Art Deco. So there is a lot of those similar fonts happening here. So I'm going to create a new layer above the presence layer. Let's choose font. Lorem Ipsum, of course, shows up. Let's just make it white to save ourselves some time here. Make it big. There we go. During this era, you do have some of those Art Deco and futuristic fonts. However, there is some really nice fonts, especially like the Oregon display typeface was in here at this time. There was also the grotesque family of fonts, like those were very popular, like Aurora and Modern. There was like lots of East European style fonts coming around. So I think that for this, we could even go forth and use the font Futura, and Futura I think would be very good with this. So let's find Futura in here. Where's Futura? There it is, Futura Heavy, or Futura. People say it differently. It's Futura, Futura, however you would like to say it. I'm going to use the heavy version, and this is going to be... Even during this time, fonts definitely were used to evoke emotion as well, even though it was very stark during this time period. So I'm going to do... Whoops, come here. I'm going to do one here, duplicate it, do one here, make it a bit bigger. This little star's in the way. I'll move the star in a minute. This present is, whoops, what is going on? Oh, I'm still on the text font. That's why. Move this present over, move this present over. There we go. Let's see, where are the stars? Here they are. There he is. Let's move the star over here. Let's get him out of the way. And then I'm going to do one more right down here. He's going to be the biggest one. And for this, I would like to outline the text. Done. Thank you. Ungroup it, and I want to turn this H. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing, thank you, to each of these. So it's a little bit more fun, a little bit more playful for the ho-ho-ho. Let's see, this present's a little too close to it. This present's a little too close. And just move things around, make them make sense with each other. So now you have a very fun Christmas scene all displayed together here. So what do you guys think? I think this came out so good. Very cubist, very within the 1930s. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and diving into the 30s with all of its geometric shapes and its cubism and its flat illustration. And I will see you all in my next video for the 1940s. See you soon, creatives.